welcome back to another video and welcome back to another day session vlog. You join me here today at Witherington Farm Fishery, a place where I've not been to before. I'm fishing today with Liam, who you guys might have seen before on the channel. He's fished here a few times. He said, do you want to try it out? I said, why not? Day session vlog, somewhere new, we give it a go. I'm quite surprised. First impressions, I'm quite surprised that it's not very well advertised. I don't think it's got a website. It's got a Facebook page, but it's a bit sort of like hard to find information on there. And yeah, we've got here, and I think there's 4 lakes on site. There's a few match lakes, but we're on the Carp lake. It's called Barnmore, and judging by what I've seen on the Facebook page and what I've heard people talk about, there's some big fish in here. And I met a guy called Lee this morning who watches the video, so big shout out to Lee. I know you're watching this. He showed me some of the fish he's had out of here, and they are absolute beauties. So if we can have anything like what he's caught out of here, we'd be very, very happy with that. But yeah, first impressions, it looks all right. It's quite a small lake. I say it's probably 2.5 acres max. There's quite a few swims on here, but apparently it's all sort of margin fishing. There's no sort of distance. It's very easy fishing. There's got some odd rules, so I'll put them up now, overlay them on screen so you can see the rules, you know, if you do want to come down and try it out. But yeah, we're just outside of Salisbury. They've got a cafe, a tackle shop on site, and it was a tenner for a day. Do you know what I mean? You can't beat that. So yeah, there's not many places you can go at the moment for £10. Usually you're looking at £12–15 a day. So yeah, hopefully we can have a few fish out. I'll bring you along on this journey at Witherington Farm Fishery, and hopefully we can have a fish or two. Right, well, it's 2 rods max, and you can probably see why. Like I said, it's a very small venue. There's a lot of swims on here. I think it used to be an old match fishing lake, as too did the other lakes as well. You can see a lot of pole anglers down there. I think they have a lot of matches on down here. And there is a snake lake. I can't see it, but there is a snake lake around here somewhere. I believe this used to be a match lake as well, but the carp just grew and grew and grew in here and got bigger, and it became a bit of a carp water. So yeah, this is now the carp water. It's called Barnmore, and like I say, they've got some match anglers down there as well. So if you want to come down, get your pole out, no pun intended. But yeah, there's plenty of pole fishing action down there for you guys as well. Liam's right next door to me. He's fishing into the margins down there. I've got my left hand rod in a left hand margin, and my right hand rod is just flicked out in front of me. Well, I'm keeping it very, very simple today, as you can see on screen now. These are my 2 rigs. I am using just D rigs with small hooks because, like I say, there are some interesting rules at this place, but wherever we go, we follow the rules. So yeah, I am using some smaller hooks, smaller than what I would usually use, but just simple D rigs with leg clip systems, and I'm fishing the new Magic Beam Wafters from Parker Bait. So I've got a brown one on and I've got a white one on, just seeing if we can, I don't know, see what they like best. Knowing my luck, they probably like the black ones, which I haven't put on, but we can always chop and change. And I've also got the high-vis ones with me as well, so if they don't work, we can switch over at some point. But I'm fishing pellet and chops, like OG fish chops, almost like a paste. And yeah, I'm just mesh bagging my margin rod. I'm just scooping over the top, and like I say, yeah, hopefully we can nick a fish or two. But I don't really know much about the stock in here. Like I say, I've seen some photos of fish in here, but I don't know if there's grass carp in here. I don't know if there's ghost carp in here, koi carp. I don't know if there's tench. Apparently there are bream. You know, I don't know if there's roach, eels. I don't really know a lot about this lake at all. So it's going to be interesting. But you know what? It's very, very easy, relaxed fishing. And it's just nice to be out. The sun's coming out. It's a beautiful day today. So yeah, come on the carp. Right, so we got Liam over here. He's got a new sexy little pod. Look, check that out. Solar. That's worth a bit of money, that. Really smart as well. I do like the stainless steel, I can't lie. But I believe, where have you got your rods, Liam? I mean, both in the margin?
Yeah, fine.
So right hand one is, where is it in terms of the aerator?
Just in front of it.
Just in front, just back towards us?
Yeah.
So you've got one about a rod length off towards the aerator, which you said does get used, even though it doesn't look like it, but apparently it does get used. So that's, when we first turned up, we saw a lot of fish sort of moving around this area. And then your left hand rod, is that the one that you cast over towards that swim? Yeah, I've got one left hand rod over towards that swim. So, and he's just had a little knock there, but I think we're getting bream bites because I just had a little beep on my rod. But again, I think there are bream in here, so I think it's bream bites. But yeah, hopefully that sun is going to come up over those trees in a minute, because we're in the shade at the minute. But yeah, there's one little island. There's no real features in this lake. There's one little island, and there's obviously the aerator down there. But apart from that, it's all pretty much featureless. Well, it's about 10 o'clock now. The rods have been out for about an hour or so. Nothing too much to talk about just yet, but I have got something that I've bought for me and Liam to try on this session, so I'll show you that. I have had some people on the last video, on the last day session vlog, give me some ideas of food. So I will be going through those comments, and I will be selecting some of those to try out when I'm on the bank on the next day session vlog. But like I said before, if you've got any suggestions of food or snacks that you want me to try and shout out on the video, let me know, and we'll bring some of them snacks along and we'll try some of them. I'm a bit of a fussy eater, I'm not gonna lie. Some people have mentioned mustard and stuff, and I'm like, not a big fan of mustard, but yeah, if you've got any sort of snacks or drinks that you want me to try, let me know, and I'll go through and pick some out, and obviously give you guys the credit for it, or not if it turns out to be horrible. But yeah, I'll show you very shortly what I've got to try in this video. Well, I don't know if you can see, just down there, can you see it? It's fading a bit now. It's sort of fading a bit now. You can sort of see one still, but there was plumes coming up where fish are feeding on the bottom. That's right where my left hand rod is. Well, I've just scooped another small scoop of pellet and chopped crumb down there, because I just saw that it was almost like mud, like a clay muddy sort of plume come up where the fish had been feeding. There was like 3 different little plumes, so there's definitely something down there feeding. It just needs to come across my hook bait. Right, well, this was strange because I was just talking to Liam and I was saying yesterday the conditions were perfect for big red at Willowbank, and I've only gone and caught one that is very lively, and it's going to be an absolute nightmare holding this up. But yeah, I've caught, not big red, you could say I've caught little red. Look at this. Beautiful. Right, well, I didn't weigh this one. Probably 6 or 7 pound. Very, very lively. But it took a white natural magic bean wafter. And yeah, I don't catch many ornamental fish like that, so there you go. Off she goes, thank you very much. Well, that was so strange. I was literally just talking to Liam saying yesterday the conditions were perfect for big red. I was like, I wish I was on Willowbank yesterday because the conditions were perfect. If anybody doesn't know, I'm on a campaign to try and catch big red out of Willowbank, and he's a big koi carp. And yeah, I said that. Oh, Liam, I can see him, look. Can you see him out there? Well, I don't know if it's the same one, but I don't know if you can see, look, right there. You can see an orange fish moving across there. It could be the same one that I've just released, or it could be a different one, I'm not too sure. But that's about where I caught it from. Right hand rod goes off and I catch a koi carp, which is very much looks like a smaller version of big red. Yeah, didn't weigh it, like I say, it's probably 6 or 7 pound, but happy days. Come on, the magic beans, white natural magic bean, get in. Well, sorry I didn't get any footage of me playing that fish. It all sort of happened a bit quickly. It all happened at once. But yeah, that was a right hand rod. Like I say, that white, or not the white, it's like the cream fleck magic bean. And that one was the one that sort of went out towards the middle there. I've just put a new one on. Hook's still sharp, hook's still good. So we've got a new one going on there. I'm just about to put some pellet in a mesh bag and get it back out again. There's a fish just moved. Right there. Well, there's only one way that we can celebrate that, and that is with what I'm going to try today in today's day session vlog. Now, I've got one of these for Liam. He's looking over in anticipation. I'm sure he's going to like it, but I've not actually tried it before. I can imagine I've had something very similar, and I can imagine what it's going to taste like, but it's been kept nice and cool I don't want him to see. I'm going to take one over to him. I have to walk backwards now. I'm hiding it. He's looking, isn't he? Look. But it is one of these. Now I say, I haven't tried this before, but I have tried other ones similar. There you go, Lee.
Yeah.
Have you tried that before?
No. I don't know.
Huh? We'll give it a go. Give it a little taste test. See what you think. Yeah, so here it is. Thatcher's apple and blackcurrant cider. We're not promoting alcohol here, but it's rich and fruity. 4%. Cheers. Let me know what you think. Liam did just remind me that it is 11 o'clock in the morning, but we are celebrating a fish, so happy days. Oh, it's very fruity. Is it rich and fruity? It's quite rich. It's definitely fruity. I mean, it is warm. Perfect day for a cider. Cool, I'm giving that a solid... That is nice.
You like it?
Yeah. Right now, that is tasting like a 9.2 out of 10. Lee? Out of 10?
7.5.
7.5. I'll have yours then. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not too sure about the stock in here, you know. But I've seen photos of obviously carp over £30, which would be absolutely unreal. And I've obviously gone and caught that koi. So it's kind of mysterious what I'm fishing for. I don't really know what I'm fishing for. You know, when I was playing that fish, as it was coming in, I saw it flash, and I said to Liam, I goes, is that gold? And then obviously we netted it, and we were like, it is, yeah, it's a koi carp, because I didn't know whether it was like a golden tench or like a golden orth. But yeah, we're pretty sure it was a koi carp. And then we let it go back in, and I showed you, we could see it on top, but we didn't know if it was the same one, or maybe there's 5 koi in there, maybe there's 10, maybe there's 20 koi in there. Who knows? A bit of fluff just flew down in front of me. But yeah, that's the beauty of, I guess, fishing places where you don't know anything about. You just don't know what you're going to catch, which is pretty awesome. So I'm very, very excited to see my rod go off again. I hope it does, and see what else we can catch. Happy days. Well, I don't know what's going on over here in Liam's swim, but there is absolutely a load of commotion down here. Like loads and loads of little like spawn fish have just turned up. And it's not going off as much as it was, but it was like proper jacuzzi and up down here a minute ago. There's loads and loads of little fish just surfacing down here. It's very weird, very interesting, but yeah, I don't know what that's all in aid of, because it's just started happening all of a sudden. I don't know if you can see all the... Look at them all. Everywhere. Well, I was a bit naive, I think. I really thought this lake was going to be not too difficult to fish, just because it's a very small lake. Like I say, it's featureless. And, you know, there's quite a few carp in here, so I just thought it would be relatively easy, but it's not turned out like that. And I think when you come to a venue, no matter how big or small the venue is, or the lake is, with big fish in a lake, it's never easy, is it? Because bigger fish are always hard to catch. They've been around the block, they know what to look out for, they know what spooks them and what doesn't, and if they don't feel confident taking something, they won't. And yeah, it's proven to be difficult, really. I mean, since I've been at the lake, I've not seen any carp come out. I've seen a few bream caught. The guy opposite's not had anything. Lee, who I was speaking to earlier, he's had a couple of bream. He said he caught a carp just as we turned up. And then his nipper, shout out to his nipper, by the way, he's had loads of fish. He's fishing, so these two lakes back onto each other. Lee's fishing the main lake, the carp lake, and then his nipper's fishing the one, I can't remember what it's called, but he's fishing the one behind it. And he's been, every time I look up, he's catching a carp, so well done to him. But yeah, it's just, the guys to my left, they've had a couple of bream. But yeah, there's just not a lot coming out. Oh, I just lost one. Left hand rod, margin rod. I've been waiting for it all day to go. I've redone it, put it down there. 3 scoops of pellet over the top, and then 5 minutes later, rod tip was round, it was going, it was on, it was running, ran over there, jumped over my bags, picked the rod up. I think I pulled the hook out, so it's a shame. It's a shame. I got everything back, obviously, nothing was snapped or lost. But yeah, disappointed, man, disappointed. That wasn't a bream, that could have been my second decent carp today. So it's gone back out there, fresh magic bean, straight back down there. The brown, I've actually moved I've put the right one on a bright orange OG fish magic bean, and the left one is now still on that brown the natural magic bean, so the brown one. So that's gone back there, but they're waking up. So the guys to my left of me, they had a carp. The guy opposite me, the guy opposite me has been playing a carp for a very long time, and then the guy to the right of me had one as well. So, and then obviously I had that run as well. So they're starting to wake up. It's clearly not a prolific morning lake, but yeah, they're coming alive now. Well, I didn't just lose a carp, I also lost a bream, and it came off the same rod. I actually saw this, I brought it in, and it was decent size, 2 or 3 pound, and it got me thinking. I've got into a theory. Liam's in. You in, Lee? Liam's in, happy days. But yeah, it got me into a theory, and I was thinking, like, there's so many bream in here and little fish, and I think if you put out a bait with a mesh bag, the bream just come in and hit it straight away and don't give the carp a chance to come in and find it, and it leaves you there with just a single. And I think that's why the margins work so well in here, is because people are constantly putting bait into the margins, you know, and a bream can come in and smash it up and, you know, take all your bait out. You know, and then you're constantly feeding, aren't you? When you can get bait in down the margins, it's easy to just feed over the top. It's easy to just scoop bait in. And I think here, eh? Do you want a hand, do you? That guy opposite's in as well. The fish are waking up. All right, hang on. Liam's moaning. I better get manned. Well, Liam's just landed a nice one. I will show you photos. But look, the point I was making was, I think in a place like this, the more bait you can get in, the better, because it gives a chance to come in and find it before all the other fish, like the bream, smash it up. So yeah, with that, I told Liam to get some more bait in over his rod, and lo and behold, he's had a bite. So the fish are waking up. There's carp coming out over. I've lost 2. I don't like the hooks that I'm using, but I had to buy them to accommodate the rules. It is what it is. But yeah, hopefully there's still another one before we have to pack up. Let's go and check out this fish. That's it. Well, there we go. Liam's beating the blank as well. How big would you give that, Lee?
8 pound, maybe a bit more than that.
Yeah, 8 pound, about 8 pound, we reckon. Probably slightly bigger than the koi carp. But yeah, happy days. Liam's had one, saved the blank. So that's both of us caught now. And like I say, we've still got a few hours before we're packing up to go. So with that said, fingers crossed we can get a bigger one. Come on, the carp. Well, me and Liam have got a little setup going on here. We got the tripod out and we're watching the football. Man City versus Man United FA Cup final, and my right hand rod went off. It was going, it was running, and I picked it up. And again, the hook came out as I picked it up. So that's annoying. Left hand one has gone off, and I've landed one, and it's a bream. So yeah, not best pleased at the minute. Man United have just gone 1-0 up as well, so bad times. But yeah, I don't know, hopefully we get one more carp before we're going to pack up at the end of the game. But yeah, a little bit frustrated at the moment. Right, well, unfortunately that is us all packed away and done. There was no further carp. Sorry this was a short video. There wasn't a lot to film, to be honest. I mean, it's a beautiful day. Liam and I were just sat in the sun. We watched the football. And yeah, on the fishing front, I mean, everybody was catching in the end. The morning was quite difficult, but everybody around the lake started catching. There's a lot of bream coming out, and that's one thing I've noticed with this place, is there is a lot of bream. So you want big baits when you come here. I wasn't a massive fan of the hooks that I was using. You don't have to specifically use these hooks, but they got to be a certain size. And it was, yeah, I was in the shop, but I didn't have these size hooks, so I just bought a pack, whatever I could, and I had to just make do with what I had. So Wasn't the best. I mean, I lost 2 fish, 2 carp, I'd imagine. And obviously lost a bream as well. So, but Liam and I had 1 carp each. He had a bream. I had a bream and lost 1. And yeah, it is what it is. But I'm sure I'll be back. Witherington Farm Fishery. It was a good session. But yeah, thanks for watching. Another day session vlog. So please leave a like. For that koi as well. What a great fish to have. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.